Hello, humans. Welcome back to the Slackline Quote of the Day broadcast. You are here with the boss.
The boss is coming! That's a made-up dumb fairy tale name, you
It is Friday. We are coming at you from Vancouver, Canada. Another sort of cloudy day here. Looks like the sun might be out here soon. I might go out there and enjoy it a little bit. Hope everybody had a good week. We are heading into the weekend. We will have a new big Slackline episode for you with Alex Butler visiting JWoww and myself. That will be posted on Sunday for everybody. Today we are coming at you with a new quote, as we have been for every weekday. And today's quote, who are we brought to today by Greg? Today we are coming to you thanks to Reality Ejection Seat. Don't like the way the truth has turned out in this universe? Try a new reality with Reality Ejection Seat. They are bringing us our quote today, and our quote comes from Oliver Wendell Holmes, a U.S. author and doctor. And the quote is, "The truth is tough. It will not break like a bubble at a touch. Nay, you may kick it about all day like a football, and it will be round and full at evening." That is Oliver Wendell Holmes, U.S. author and doctor. And that one came to me today. I had a tough time choosing the quote today. Actually, there was a few that I was thinking about, kind of my mind going a lot of different directions, but this one kind of hit me because I don't know, I sort of disagree with it. As I started writing my responses, I kind of found that maybe they're along with the quote, but I started thinking that I disagreed with it a little bit and argued that the truth is easy. The truth is like clear. You know, I don't think we really kick the truth around. We kick around like we worry. We just worry about possible consequences of a truth or possible truths if we're not sure what that truth is. But when we know the truth, you can make a clear direction, a clear decision on how to react to it, and there I would argue that the truth is like not tough, and we don't really kick the truth around. We kick around, like I said, possible consequences. But once we actually meet those consequences, do we worry about them anymore, or do we start a whole new set of worrying about the consequences of a new truth? Like you worry about new future possibilities, but the truth, it remains static, right? It's not something that can really be thought about. The truth is not what you're thinking about. The truth, what you think about in reaction to a new truth is the new possibilities, the new potential truths, and you won't know what those truths are until you go and explore them. And so I don't know that we really even kick it around. Like, if you have something to tell someone or have a suspicion about something, you can kick around all day potential outcomes of revealing the truth, and that's what will drive you crazy. Like, not the actual truth itself. The truth is the truth, and you have to live with it, which maybe is kind of what the quote is saying, is that this is kind of the point where I got to, where I was like, oh, maybe that is what the quote is like, not to kick it around, like to actually react to it. Like the truth is tough. You can kick it around all day like a football, and it will be round and full at evening. Kind of meaning like you might as well react to it. You know, you can't just like sit and wallow in you can't just like sit and wallow in what is a new reality once you find out what that truth is, you know? Like you had all these worries before about what the potential outcomes are. And now you have that outcome. Are you just going to sit with it whether it's good or not, or are you going to progress with it? What is the new what is the new worry? What are your new possibilities? You can't just sit with the truth and kick it around all day. But again, like, yeah, I mean, I would argue you don't kick around the truth. You kick around the possibilities of it, of what a new truth is. But I guess that's maybe where, my idea and the idea coming from this quote, collide a little bit. The truth is tough. The truth is difficult to admit to yourself. It's difficult to talk to other people about. A lot of times I find it easier to talk to strangers about the truth than people I know. I think a lot of people are kind of like that. I mean, I guess that's why like a therapist is a thing. But sometimes the truth is hard to really think about it, and you wonder whether or not you want to know it, or whether or not it's even worth knowing. How will it really impact you, especially to learn about like things in the past. Like for example, I sometimes have a suspicion that one of my ex-girlfriends maybe like cheated on me, in the latter parts of our relationship. And I've thought about asking like people that, could possibly know whether or not, and would probably tell me. But I just don't see, I get that kind of fleeting thought, and this is years later, so it doesn't matter anymore. But I still get that type of fleeting thought and go like, well, why would you want to know that? Like, who cares? And you were an idiot anyways, and so you probably deserved it, or like whatever your line of thinking is to kind of get you through that. But, yeah, and like, why does that type of thought even cross my mind? I guess it comes back to like the truth being easier. Like maybe it would have been easier to know something like that, because I had a suspicion or whatever. Which not really, but just in hindsight, and it's like, if I would have cheated on me at any point, it would have been then, because you were acting like a moron, and so you kind of blame yourself for it. But here I am, like kind of years later, thinking about it, and from that perspective, maybe it would have been better to know the truth, yes or no, or even now to know the truth, so I never think about it again. But would I think about it more if, the truth was yes? Who knows? And then I go, well, then I don't want to know. I don't know. Like, why would you put yourself through pain of knowing a past truth that's not going to, help you move forward in any way? But some people might argue that you can only like kind of move forward if you know kind of the whole truth about what's been going on in your life. And I don't know, and I'm definitely of the opinion that you don't want to live in any sort of real blissful ignorance of anything, because I think that breeds kind of a lot of problems that go around in our whole society. But maybe ignorance ignorance is bliss can be a good a bit of a better motto when it comes to like personal relationships, and after they've broken down. Man, I end up talking about personal relationships a lot. I don't know why. I'm not even really involved in any right now. But I guess it's one of the only things I can really connect a lot of these things to. But, that's where we face the truth most often. Whether we're worrying about a suspicion or something like that. Like, not many people live with that through their like work lives. I don't think necessarily. I mean, obviously people like there is drama involved in work life and that type of thing. But I think in those situations, learning the truth is much more beneficial than it might be in a personal situation. Because if you hear that somebody's wronged you or something like that in the past, in a business scenario, somebody like stabbed you in the back that you thought you could trust, or whatever the case is, that can impact your, dealings with them or other people going forward. Whereas, learning that an ex-loved one maybe hurt you in some way that you didn't know about years later, it probably doesn't really help you. If anything, it probably hurts you going forward with any sort of personal relationships and issues with trust and stuff like that. So, it is one of the areas where we struggle with truth the most, because you don't want to hurt people that you care about by telling them the truth about a mistake, or by telling them the truth about how you feel, which is maybe not aligned with them, even if you do care about them. Like, it can be a hard thing to approach, like I said, with a loved one, versus, I've had great conversations with people that I've just met at like parties or something like that, because you don't care what they think about you, or you can have an open discussion about stuff because you'll probably never see this person again. And so, I don't know, those types of conversations tend to reveal more truths about yourself and that other person than they would probably reveal to, even people that are very, very close to them, because the people that are very, very close to them could be involved in those truths, and probably are involved in those truths. So yeah, the truth is, like it says, the truth is tough. The truth is tough. But again, like, I would also argue that the truth is easy, because you can properly react to the truth. Whereas if you don't know the truth, your reactions can be false, can be against the wrong thing. So maybe that's where we'll leave it for today. You have been listening to the quote of the day, Slackline broadcast. That quote again is from Oliver Wendell Holmes, U.S. author and doctor, and he brings us the quote: "Truth is tough. It will not break like a bubble at a touch. Nay, you may kick it about all day like a football, and it will be round and full at evening." Again, that is from Oliver Wendell Holmes, and that quote is brought to us today by Reality Ejection Seat. Don't like the way the truth has turned out in this universe? Try a new reality with Reality Ejection Seat. Very limited supply on those. Make sure you get a call into them ASAP. Thanks again to Crooked Spies for providing the music today. Make sure everybody's following us on Instagram at the.slack.line, on Twitter at slackline_radio, and on YouTube at the Slackline Podcast, also on iTunes, the Slackline Podcast. You have been listening to The Boss.
The boss is coming! That's a made-up dumb fairy tale name.
This has been the quote of the day. Happy Friday, everybody. TGIF. Get out there, have a fun weekend, and we will see you on Monday.
Shine so bright, they block the stars at night. The stars at night.